Everybody was pretty tired by the time we got home. I think we managed to all go to bed about 5:30. But before I went in, I went out to the shop. Okay, so we're home and we just pulled in from Marion, the Hoosier No Prep Series, Ohio versus Indiana. It was a good event. I'm really happy with the progress we've made with the tune on the truck since No Prep Kings. In all honesty, at No Prep Kings, that truck wouldn't pull a hat off my head. It was terrible. But we have made incredible progress. Billy's gonna work on his video today. He's gonna try and have it up today. And it's gonna be really, really good. Unfortunately, we had a little trouble with the truck. Maybe running into some back pressure problems with the turbos. We're not sure yet. Tommy and I is gonna try and get some sleep until about noon. And then we're gonna come out, unload the S10 and unload all the tools and get to work. I can't wait for you guys to see Billy's video. Tommy did an incredible job today filming for us. I think he caught some really, really good stuff. It's gonna be really good. You know, we didn't win the thing, but I'm very proud of what we got accomplished and how the truck ran, and we've made a lot of progress on the truck. And I think when you see the video, I think you guys are gonna be really excited. So I'm going in, I'm gonna get some sleep. Tommy's gonna get some sleep. We're all gonna hopefully get some sleep. And Billy's gonna work on his video, and while he's at home working on the video, hopefully Tommy and I can get up about noon, maybe go get some lunch, and then we'll come back here and get busy. We all started stirring around right about lunchtime, but not the dogs. They didn't want to get out of bed. And I could really feel it when June took this big sigh laying there in bed. But me and Tommy went outside, started unloading the S10 and getting the toolbox and everything that was in the trailer brought back into the shop. I had parked the 55 in the shop last night before we left. So when I went to move it, I look out and there's June Pup. She doesn't want to miss a ride if there's one to be had. Tommy pulled the S10 in and it was time for me to go out and unload the Banshee and the scooter so I could get the toolbox out. No. Oh, perfect. Billy wanted me to pull the intake manifold today to check the gaskets to make sure they're okay. So I first checked the ignition timing so I could put it back exactly where we had it. All right, so we've got the intake ready to come off. Before I pull this off, I just want to show you all that oil laying right there is what Billy's upset about. And there's some also down in the intake valley there, but he feels like it possibly shoved this intake gasket or it's lifting the intake or something. I can't see it. I don't think that's what's going on. I just haven't found any smoking gun on where this boost leak is, and it's definitely got one, because he mentioned to me earlier today in a text message that, you know, everybody always comments about his hood blows up when he lets off the gas, and that's because of the blow-off valves open and lets all the boost pressure out underneath the hood, and it lifts the hood. But last night it never lifted the hood, so it's obviously got a boost leak someplace and we've got to find it. All right, so we got the intake manifold off, and as you can see, definitely zero signs of an intake gasket failure whatsoever. So we're gonna have to keep looking, because this is definitely not our problem. I didn't think it was, but Billy wanted me to check it. All right guys, so I've made a few phone calls, talked to Turbo John for a few minutes. He thinks that there's a possibility that we are out of either compressor wheel or maybe even too small on the exhaust side and building so much back pressure that we have to command a lot more dome pressure against the wastegate to hold it shut. I can't find anything wrong with this truck. I've gone through and searched and tested the CO2 lines, the diaphragms and the wastegates are fine. Everything checks out. I mean, I went through this thing and there's nothing wrong with it. The intake manifold gaskets were fine. Billy thought he might have had an intake manifold gasket problem because it had a little bit of oil laying on top of the intake, which that turned out to be just a loose valve cover. So I've placed a message, I've sent a message to Jose Zayas. We bought our turbos for the Nova and we bought Tommy's turbos from him. He's been a wealth of knowledge and help in the past. So I'm waiting to hear back from him. He's on his way back from the cabin. I think he was on vacation or something. And so he's gonna call me here in a little bit. So while I was waiting on Jose to call me back, I thought, well, I'll go in the house and check on Vicky, see what she's up to. What you doing there, squirrely?
Mountain of dishes.
Something smells good.
That would be your dinner.
Is that my Father's Day dinner?
Yep.
Beef and noodles with Reams noodles?
Yep. Fat noodles.
I'm gonna give you a fat noodle. All right, so out here working in the shop some more. I went ahead and got the intake manifold cleaned up, got the block and the cylinder heads cleaned up, and I've got the intake manifold laying here. And while I've got it off, one of the problems that we've had every time we drain the cooling system is air pockets trapped. And as we fill the radiator up and the water level comes up, it traps a pocket of air below the thermostat, and the engine gets hot and Billy gets anxiety about it, and basically you just have to wait for the thermostat to open. Once the thermostat opens, it sucks the water down the radiator and the air pocket's out. But in order to get rid of that problem, I'm going to go ahead and pull a little trick here. I'll show you. So since we use a stock radiator with a stock transmission oil cooler, we run the fan while the thermostat's closed to chill the water in the radiator, and that allows us to run the transmission temperature as cool as we can possibly get it. So we don't even have an external transmission cooler. We just simply run the stock cooler and the stock S10 radiator, and it's always worked pretty good for us so far, knock on wood. So to prevent these air pockets underneath the thermostat while we've got the intake manifold off, I went ahead and drilled a small hole in the thermostat to let that air pocket out, and that should alleviate that problem when we go to start it up after we've refilled the cooling system. While I'm out in the shop working on this video, I hear somebody pull in outside, so I go to check it out. I just barely heard you guys pull in. What are you doing? Oh, damn you. I told you not to worry about that.
Happy Father's Day.
Oh, come on, man. Bring it in here. I told you not to worry about that.
Dude, now you can race your friends.
Holy crap, man. Look how big that thing is.
It's pretty big. It's in good shape.
Holy smokes. June, you can ride that. Did it come with the decals and everything?
Talk to Sean, your buddy. He has a full decal kit for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's freaking sweet. Where did you find this thing?
Guy in Zanesville that his full-time occupation is buying these things that are fucked up and fixing them.
Oh boy.
This is fancy.
Holy smokes, that's a nice radio.
It's a flash sky radio.
Like an antenna?
Huh. Oh boy.
It's massive.
Look at June. Wait till Scrappy sees that. Holy, it's just got a chrome pipe on it. Look Pappy's here. Dude, that's sick. It's on like Donkey Kong now. So I had just gotten off the phone with Jose before Billy pulled in, but I hadn't told him yet what he had told us. He told us we needed to try and put Tommy's turbos on. So I just got off the phone with Jose before you pulled in. I got bad news for you, Slim Shady.
What's that?
He said get them turbos off there.
Yeah, I've been talking to AJ, and he said he's gonna try to make them work.
Oh, really? So
talking about how the 4-inch downpipe, he's hoping that we can have enough room for the tire and the control arm, and I'm like, I think there's plenty of room.
I think there's enough room. So Jose says when you buy a set of these turbos, they're rated for 1100 horsepower a piece. But the problem is they're rated for 1100 horsepower on like a 1.3 liter engine with a cylinder head that may, emphasis on may, flow 250 CFM. The problem is we don't have 1.3 liters on each side. You've got like 3.3 liters on each side and a head that flows 260.
360.
I'm sorry, 360. We're way out of the boundaries of what these turbos are capable of. Now on the old motor with the little heads, they didn't flow that much air, so it really wasn't a problem. But now you got these big monster heads on it.
Yeah, it really needs bigger exhaust turbine.
He said if we just continue to throw more dome pressure at it, it's gonna burn the exhaust valves and lift the heads.
Video, it sounds like the turbos are really screaming. So
Really?
And the IATs are at 300 by the time I get to half track.
Oh, that's not good. AJ's gonna try and put those on.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try and put them on. I guess we'll bolt them onto those elbows, start there. And the 4-inch downpipe will have to be made, and some modifications to the cold side I'm sure will have to be made. I think they're a V-band.
They're V-band.
So we'll have to probably weld on some V-bands and V-band the cold side on.
I hope
He
we
was
can
worried
fit 'em.
about, since the engine isn't motor plated, mounting the turbos, it might try to like crack shit. You know, because if the engine moves at all and the turbos are mounted to the frame,
We're just gonna have to hang them from the headers for right now.
these headers are pretty stout. So maybe we can figure out something. Maybe we'll like ratchet strap something, ratchet or like bungee cord it to help with some of the weight. I don't know.
Well, let's go ahead and see how Mom's doing with dinner. Damn, Tigger, you didn't even wait on us.
I just called him down. Hi.
I walk in, I'm like, let's go see if Mom's got dinners ready, and he's already scarfing. Look at him.
I haven't eaten nothing yet.
I figured that's your second bowl. What the heck is this? Dude, that's sick. Thank you.
You're welcome. And your favorite candy bar.
I know. All right, guys, so here's the deal. This weekend is No Prep Mania at Magnolia up in northeastern Ohio near Canton. And right now we have two options. We have the option of leaving the truck the way it is and trying to go up there and compete with it like a wounded duck, or we can go ahead and try to get AJ to help us fabricate the cold side and the hot side that we need to put Tommy's forced inductions 7685s on. Jose at Forced Induction says they're going to make considerably more power than these. They're a larger frame turbo and they're a billet wheel. He said that we may have to add a little bit more fuel to it. That's fine, that's not a problem. We've already upgraded the fuel system. That's no longer an issue. However, we've got to make room for 4-inch hot side, and these turbos are considerably larger, and I don't know that there's enough room in the front of this truck for those turbos. So the only thing we can do is go down to AJ's tomorrow and pick up those turbos, bring them home, and Billy's going to bolt them on the S10 and we're going to go from there, I guess. So pray for us, guys. We would really like to race No Prep Mania this weekend up at Magnolia. That's where Billy won that big $10,000 race, and we just went testing there last weekend. And this truck is an animal. I can't wait for you guys to see Billy's video. Hopefully he'll have it finished tonight and uploaded for tomorrow, he said. So that's going to do it for now, guys. Stay tuned. We're thrashing again. Good night.